Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is Messy.
The following message is brought to you by Novartis. Since partnering with Novartis, I have been thinking a lot about when I was first diagnosed with relapsing MS. And to be honest, I was overwhelmed and in denial, and I didn't want to accept it. Eventually, I had to be real with myself, reflect on what was important, reframe how my diagnosis was impacting my life, and focus on how I was feeling. And I wish I'd started thinking about my needs sooner. It helped me get to a place of acceptance and find the right treatment choice for me. And I really hope others don't wait as long as I did. That's why I partnered with Novartis to create a 3-step guide, hoping it can help people speak up and voice their needs. Get the guide at reframingms.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Messy, and we're going to talk about some shit.
Let's do it.
So I was in the hospital Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I suffer with a chronic stomach condition that doesn't give me any alarms. So it's like the next thing I know, I'm like puking and whatever, but it's fine.
Like have we talked about it on here? I don't know. Have you talked about what you?
No, I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either.
I just start puking, and then I start puking, and then my entire gastrointestinal area goes into flare, and then I'm crying in pain. So I go to the hospital, they give me the drugs, and at this point, they don't even test me anymore. They're like, welcome back. And welcome back. Here's what we need to give you. And then they keep me for a couple of days, and then I go home.
And there's no warning, like you said, when it comes on, nothing.
No. It's like pukey town McGee. But at this point, I'm like, I've acknowledged this as like a chronic thing, and it's not okay, but it's okay. Because I don't know what else to do, because the doctors don't know. Oh, I sent you this thing that said something about gabapentin. That was like,
I saw that.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. They've been trying to get me on gabapentin for like a year. And it like the thing that I sent you said, it's the drug we throw at you because we don't know what else to do.
They don't have anything else to give you.
They're like, have fun.
What is gabapentin supposedly for? Like all different things, nerve pain, right?
Well, it's nerve pain, which, with MS, we have neuropathy.
Yeah.
Some of us do. But yeah, they just keep trying to throw this at me. And I'm like, no. The side effects, no, I'm not shitting on gabapentin by any means. It's like the first thing is like puking. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need to puke anymore. Thank you.
First side effect is puking?
It's like nausea and diarrhea. And I was like, no, that's not I think we're good. That's
not what we need right now. Oh, man.
You've been through shit this last month. Seriously, I can't.
So Bo's better. Bo isn't a literal miracle. You guys, I had medical professionals look at us and be like, this is not at all what we saw coming. So to everyone that has sent my sweet boy the love and the energy and the prayers and however you phrase it, however you sent it, the moment this podcast came out and I put it out to the world, I felt a shift. I saw a shift. I don't, no matter what you believe, whatever is going to happen in life, I think is going to happen. But the difference that can be made with love and energy of like how somebody handles it or how somebody comes through it, I think is very real. And Bo has come out the most grateful, happy human I've ever met. Like, he might be still coming off drugs. I don't know. His brain is still healing. Yes. But he's like an embodiment of all the love that was sent to him. I swear to God. Like he thanks everybody every day, all day. He's just like telling everybody they're awesome. My husband played him this like inspirational video the other day, and he was walking around in our house and like, it was weird because it was almost like alarming me. But then I'm like, but what's wrong with this? He was walking around just being like, anything is possible, Mom. Anything is possible. We all can be anything. You can heal and I healed and everything can happen. And I was like I said at first, I was like, oh God, like, is he going to be able to come down from this? Like, what's going on? And then I was like, I gave him a little book and I'm like, write down your feelings, like, write down what you're feeling right now. And he like on the cover wrote like Beau's big dreams. And he's just like writing all these things. And it's just, the brain is wild that he has no memory of what he's went through. Like we talked about and prayed that he would. And he has not a single memory of anything up until the last week in the hospital. But he's just come out like so beautiful. And I'm proud of him. And I still, I almost feel like I'm like numb to my own emotions and like dealing with it. I'm sure it'll come up at some point and I'll deal with it in a process.
Oh yeah. It's going to be alone in the shower and then you're going to piss and shit yourself.
Yeah. Correct.
It's going to be great.
It's going to happen. I'll let you know when. But the rest of this story is for him to tell. This is his now. It belongs to him. But as a mother, Christina, thank you for holding that space for me to express myself the way I needed to get that out there to all the listeners, the way you guys have poured love onto our family and onto my little boy. I'm just floored and humbled. And I spoke to one of our listeners whose son had gone through this on the phone. She really helped me. Your friend Melissa and I.
Oh, you did? Yay! I'm so happy that it finally happened.
And it's just, I've witnessed a miracle. And I witnessed also my son. I thought it was really interesting because he never questioned his ability to heal, but also his worthiness to receive all of that love, which I know you and I can struggle with sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it just like got me thinking like, what gets in our way of why we think we don't deserve to get better or why we.
Well, let me say this to you, just, so people can hear. You've always told me that Beau always is empathetic to you.
Always.
Like beyond crazy, empathetic to our disease, your disease. And he had said to you one time, I wish I could take this away from you. I wish I could hold on to it. And you told me that. Mm-hmm. And then here he goes and he gets this thing, which is similar to MS, mm-hmm. fucks with the brain, fucks with the spine, fucks with the legs, speech. He took it on. And then that little fucker, what?
I know.
I can't.
That's what I mean. Like to watch somebody you guys, he lost his ability to speak. He couldn't move his face. He couldn't eat. He couldn't swallow. Like he couldn't be alive without an epinephrine drip. Like he healed. It's possible. So I'm leaving it.
Yeah.
Things are possible.
He's our miracle guy. And I don't know if we were recording when Beau was on earlier, but he just said, thank you.
He did. He's so grateful.
But I'm grateful to him for stepping up. It's like I was saying about my mother-in-law who was half dead from COVID a few months ago. It's like she just stepped it fucking up. There's something in there that's going, nope, got to keep going. And I'm not taking down prayer. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. Obviously, I'm prayer coin girl and prayer lady. But I also think that there's a resilience inside someone's soul. It's like, no, this ain't going to take me down. And I think Beau just went, not going to take me down, bitches.
The doctor told me that. He said, especially in the children's hospital, because kids, they believe more than we do. They just do. They haven't been hit by life as long as we have. And he said, the moment there is a will, the recovery is insane. The moment there is a will.
That's incredible to say. So I'm going to hold on to that for not only children, but for all of us.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to cry right now.
I know. It's
The
fucking
statement of
powerful. I have chills right now.
when there's a will, there's a way, which we've, but my my mother-in-law was dead, and she's more vibrant and funny and cool and amazing. Nani, I know you're not listening to this. I know Brahm's listening to us, and he finds our podcast a little boring because we don't have enough music. It's totally fine. Nani just went, nope, nope,
Oh,
and nope.
amazing.
So to anyone who's listening, we're not trying to save the world. Just listen to those words. That will.
Yeah. It's real. It's real. It's fucking real. I watched it happen.
Yeah, you watched it happen to your son, who's insanely amazing.
I know. He's so, even like my little one now, because my little one will like, he's like, tries to still start with him the way they used to. And Bo just like won't give in and kind of just ignores, and he's super calm and he like doesn't know what to do with it. He came up to me yesterday, Jack, and was like, Bo told me he loved me like so many times today. I know, get used to it, bro. That's where he's at right now. Very
well, the gratitude for life is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Right? Of
Yeah.
like you and I, we have a disease that, traditionally will kill us, but not really, but yes. So the
Eats away at
gratitude,
you.
the gratitude of those moments that tickle around you, and you're like, okay, I've got to tell all the people around me how grateful I am for them and my love for them. It's huge. It's huge.
It's amazing to be around all the time. I feel really lucky that I'm getting to be around this. And I think it's really helping us all like heal from the trauma and kind of be able to move past like what we all went through. Because he is that way.
He's your teacher right now.
100%.
But you're his teacher as well. Like that's, don't discount your own power.
Thanks.
You're incredibly strong, and I love you with all of my heart. But we have a podcast because I love you. So bing bang boom.
Here we are.
So today we want to give some love to some of our listeners who have written in, and to not only respond to the lovely words that they say, but also to make you know that we do read these, like we do. So
yes.
Why don't you go for it?
Okay. Our first letter is from Katie. I'm 72 and listen to you on my walks. I have had numerous surgeries, several for breast cancer, both hips, both knees, back, and shoulder. I'm one of those people who's had lots of trauma as a child, and my bones and joints remind me. I am so grateful for your authentic and genuine sharing. A huge thank you, Jamie and Christina. P.S. GTS equals Google that shit. Well, wow.
Always Google that shit.
Always Google that shit. But
then don't believe what you Google as well.
No.
Right?
No. Good for you for getting on your walks, first of all, Katie. After everything you have been through, everything that you have pushed through, I'm going to go on some walks now because of you.
And, being one of the Cancies.
Yeah.
It's the club, the Cancy Club. Every day is like this weird phenomenon of, am I going to have it again? But just get into the mindset that you're good. You're good, girl.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. I hope your walks are smooth and painless and not too hot. This next one is from Lisa. I am absolutely in love with your podcast and how real and raw and vulnerable you are. I grew up with a brother with moderate cerebral palsy, and I can so empathize with the struggles you go through daily. I just wanted to write a quick note to tell you both how truly beautiful you are. And in those moments where you're discouraged about where you are and the cards you were dealt, Smile and remember how truly beautiful of a life you both have had, and will continue to have. You are making a difference in the lives of so many by just being authentically you. And we, your listeners and fans, thank you so much for showing up. Gratitude is something that I have leaned on in my mental health journey, and on days where I'm too in my head, where I don't feel like I matter. If I can find even one thing I'm grateful for, it will snap me out of my funk, even for a moment. I am grateful for you too. Thank you again. And so it is, Lisa. Well,
I'm going to say this,
say
the
it.
power of bow.
Aw.
That's it. That's manifestation, like working beautifully. And whether or not you believe that spiritually or religiously or whatever, the power of bow is the power of the word and the thought process and your heart. Power of bow.
Powerful. It's just but it's like exactly it. It's just sincere gratitude, but also like a deep knowing that like it's okay. Like whatever it is supposed to be what is, and that he also knows it's all okay. He's like a little prophet right now.
Yes. Yet there are going to be people go like, well, the prayer didn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we don't have, we're not on that scale.
Yeah.
We just feel what we feel, and we know what we know, and we know the power of bow. And he's a prophet in the sense of prayer and goodness and life. But you know what? Shit fucking happens in life, and it's terrible. What you do with it is the most remarkable part of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sorry.
That's it. So thank you, Lisa. Okay, this next one is from Deb. Hi, beautiful ladies. I just want to say thank you so much for your podcast. As someone who has struggled with inflammatory arthritis for years, it is amazing to hear you both so bravely talk about your MS journeys and all the shitty parts of it. I can relate to so many of the feelings you describe. Guilt.
Boo, MS. Sorry.
Yeah. Guilt, feeling like a shitty mom. Am I just lazy or severely fatigued? Why can't I keep up like I used to? I laughed when you guys talked about the advice strangers or family members feel compelled to give. If we could give up gluten to avoid having to inject ourselves, take crazy medications, and feel like crap, I think we all bloody would. No, I don't need to meditate more. Thanks. Anyway, I listen to all your shows. My favorites are just your chats together and your honesty. Although I can't relate to having MS, I feel so seen and not as alone when I hear you guys talk about having a chronic illness. Christina, you may feel bad about lying in your bed on bad days. Trust me, I've been there. But having someone as amazing as you normalize it kind of makes the rest of us feel a bit less shitty about doing the same. I hate feeling like I'm letting my kids down on those bed rotting days, but you have made me feel better about it. I just think you both are amazing, and I thank you so much. From Australia, Deb.
Australia. Well, love, Deb. Thank you. Yeah, I lay in the bed and, I pee myself sometimes, and I'm okay with it.
You know what? I'm not gonna bring him up again. But with Bo, I will say,
Bo, please bring up Bo, because he's our
the lack of shame. He has no shame. Like, so his bladder was affected by this. It was the first neurological symptom, and he when he goes to pee, it takes him like sometimes a minute or two to like connect to his penis, and like I would say 4 weeks for 3 weeks once he got the catheter out. I mean, he was losing his bladder in
not to mention he had a fucking catheter, which is fucking painful.
And he would lose his bladder in his pull-up. And like right now, even though he's been controlling it great, we still make him wear like a pull-up at night just in case. And his little brother came into the room last night when he was getting ready for bed. And he was like, Bo, why are you wearing a diaper? And Bo was like, oh, buddy, there's a part of my brain that got affected that affects my bladder. And, for a while in the hospital, I couldn't hold it at all. So I'm just wearing this right now. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him and I have like tears coming to my eyes because I'm like, was never able to just say that for myself. Like, oh, I've had this thing. It's not my fault. It sucks. But like, this is just the way it affects me. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. Like the way he's just matter-of-factly dealing with this and not having it identify and with him at all. And even like, he tried to keep up with one of his friends yesterday and he's like, oh man, guess my running's just not back yet, guys. Gonna just sit down and watch you, okay? And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
what the fuck?
I love that fucking kid. I can't.
I'm the one that's like, I can't do it anymore. And he's 10. He should be able to be fucking mad that he's not running around with his friends. But he was like, oh, guys, guess my body's just telling me I got to sit down.
Well, I was going to say, because, Sadie has POTS and it's very similar to MS symptoms. And so is ADEM, right?
Yeah.
But I always like try to empathize and sympathize with her symptoms of POTS, and to watch your child go through this shit, which I can't even imagine, like what you've been going through for the last month and a half. But I deal with it too. And
watching your kid go through anything hard.
No, you like what did I say to you? Lift the car.
Yeah.
But sometimes we just can't lift the car.
Sometimes you can get under it with them and just be like, this is hard right now.
Let's just die under the car.
Just lay down.
Let's just go. Let's take a nap.
Yeah. Well, that's okay too. As we've established, laying in bed and taking a nap is okay. And also being unapologetic for what you're dealing with is also okay. And not, again, having it define you or take away from who you are is okay. I just wanted to take a quick break and share a word from one of Messi's advertisers. Since partnering with Novartis, I have been thinking a lot about when I was diagnosed with relapsing MS. I kept it a secret at first, and that robbed me of the support I really needed. I finally found the courage to open up about it and quickly learned the importance of speaking up. That means making your voice the loudest in the room. You have to find an MS specialist who's the right fit, who makes you feel seen and heard. It's kind of like dating. That's why I partnered with Novartis to create a 3-step guide to inspire others to own their RMS journeys, recognize their needs, and find a treatment that works for them. Learn more about my story at reframingms.com. This episode is brought to you by iRestore, the clinically proven advanced hair growth system designed for women who want to say goodbye to thinning hair and hello to volume. Ladies, we all know the struggle, right? Your hairbrush is starting to look like a stuffed animal, and your shower walls have enough hair on them to build a wig. Oh my God, the amount of hair that I lose in the shower. It's shocking. So if you're tired of dealing with thinning hair or hair loss, listen up.
It's just so gross. It's just so gross. Sorry,
it's so gross. The iRestore Elite is the most powerful device in the market, packed with 500 lasers and LEDs to provide maximum scalp coverage to help you grow thicker, longer, healthier hair. So when I popped my iRestore on, I literally sat back and watched television. Like, how easy is that? I'm literally like relaxing, watching my favorite show while this science-backed magic on my scalp is doing its thing, making my hair thicker, healthier. And you can get visible results, by the way, in just 3 months. So the FDA-cleared iRestore Elite Harness, the power of low-level light therapy, which is a clinically proven method to regrow thicker and fuller hair. How cool is that? It's non-invasive, it's pain-free, it's drug-free, and you can bring your hair back to life. Again, it has 500 lasers and LEDs to ensure that every inch of your scalp gets the light energy needed to stimulate cellular activity, boost blood flow, and reduce inflammation, which are all crucial elements in reversing hair loss. And for a limited time only, our listeners will get $600 off of their order.
Wait, what? What?
I'll repeat that.
What?
Our listeners will get $600 off their order when you use code MESSY. So are you ready to get medical grade red light treatment at home to regrow your hair? For a limited time only, our listeners get $600 off their order when you use code MESSY at irestorelaser.com. That's your order at irestorelaser.com with promo code MESSY. Hair loss is frustrating. You don't have to fight it alone, thanks to iRestore. Support for Messy comes from Article. Do you know what Article is?
I do.
Article. All right, well, Christina knows. So Article believes in delightful design for every home. And thanks to their online-only model, they have some really delightful prices too. It's a curated assortment of mid-century, modern, coastal, industrial, Scandi, and boho designs that makes furniture shopping simple, no matter what your style is. They have a team of designers that are all about finding the perfect balance between style, quality, and price. And they're dedicated to thoughtful craftsmanship that stands the test of time and looks good doing it. Christina, tell us about what you got from Article.
Okay, so I get this beautiful thing, and I'm not going to say the word yet because it's kind of a funny story.
Great word.
So we get the side table is what it kept being referred to. And I kept saying to my friend, no, it's a different name. There's something else. And I couldn't, like, my brain wasn't wrapping around what it's called. And it's called a credenza. I love that word. And then I looked up credenza, and it's actually not a credenza, but I don't really give a crap. I like saying the word credenza. This is in my bedroom, and it's beautiful, and I freaking love it. And then I got this like really glowy little lamp for it that's like gold, and it's got little holes on it. It's so cool. I like love looking at it all day long. So yes, my credenza and my lamp are from Article, and I think
get yourself some credenzas and lamps, because they also offer fast, affordable shipping across the U.S. and Canada. So Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim it, visit article.com/messy, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/messy for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Although I don't have MS, I'm the mother of someone who is just over 2 years into their journey with MS and has 2 young children. Listening to your podcast has given me a better glimpse into the world of people with MS and their world. I am so truly grateful to both of you to give me this opportunity. As a mother, I want to help assist my child in any way practically possible. Any suggestions, Elaine? Oh, I mean, this is kind of what we're talking about, right? Like being a mom and seeing your kids struggle is so hard.
Yeah. I mean, suggestions is, everyone says, don't be your child's best friend. Right.
Right.
I think that's stupid. I think that having a relationship with your child that they feel safe to talk to you about everything about their life, what they're going through, especially with, I have a 13-year-old daughter. It's really important to have that kind of relationship that we can talk really honestly and yeah. So that's my jam.
Yeah, just keep recognizing what she's going through, keep honoring what she's dealing with. I think that don't try to say how hard it is for you to watch her struggle. I think more, because I think that can be very triggering. Yes, as a mother, is it painful to watch your kid be in pain? Yes. And could you think in your head, this pain is even worse than their pain? Sure. Don't say that though. Just acknowledge what she's going through, what she's persevering through, what she's pushing through. And anytime that I have anybody just give a nod to that, I feel stronger, I feel better, I feel loved, I feel witnessed, and I think that that's all she needs, would be my opinion.
Empathy is the best word in the sense that sympathy and empathy are very different dichotomies, right? So when you're empathetic, you're in there with them. So with my own child, I go, hey, buddy, I got you. I hear you, and I got you.
That's all you gotta say.
That's it.
My name is Lisa. I live in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I have had early onset Parkinson's disease for the last 16 years. I started listening to your podcast about a month ago because one, it intrigued me to hear your voices after knowing that you both had MS, which is sort of a cousin to PD, and two, because I love your work and admire you both. I had to hear what was cooking in your world now that you are not presently gracing the screen with your presences. Fast forward, I can't get enough of your very casual and informative speak, your banter, your comic delivery of serious messages that no one else is brave enough. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. Brave enough to voice, and your true, real honesty about your lives then
I don't know why you are
today.
either. She's talking about us being funny, weirdo. Sorry, go
And
ahead.
coping with have to live with something that you dread will still be there when you wake up, and it always is. My journey with PD has been so very long, and I'm in the late stage 4 now at 60 years old. I never learned to be completely honest with anyone about how I felt, my fears, my panic attacks the moment I wake up, realizing there was probably not an end to this, as there is no cure for PD. I want to thank you for making this life a little bit easier as I listen to the warmth in your voices that pray to all of us afflicted with anything that is pretty shitty, but together we can make it through. That is powerful given that everyone treats me as though there is nothing wrong with me because I too felt no one would want me or want me to be around them if I told them how I feel and what I'm struggling with. Hearing that from Jamie was a light bulb going off, pinpointing the exact reason I have been void of comfort, of anyone to connect with, of having best friends like Christina. I'm a giver, and everyone around me are takers. They wouldn't want the giver to let them down. I do too much, which tires me out. After 16 years, I need a break from it all to concentrate on my needs. Your podcast is the best therapy from women I admire to help us understand that feeling this way is normal for us. It's given me the courage to start to make changes that are important for my mental and physical health. Please accept my gratitude from the Parkinson's community. I actively pass the word about messy. Your podcast is not only for MS sufferers. You are speaking for the myriad of neurological diseases. Please keep up the great work. We are listening. Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Fuck, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm so sorry that we're cousins and that you're in the stage of life and that you feel like you've allowed, which is kind of what we do. We've allowed people to take from us when we are huge givers. And I'm not saying that this is your fault, but I'm not saying like, where do you do it? It's not that we just surround ourselves with a bunch of assholes. It's like, at some point we were like, you know what? They need it more than I do. They need the attention more than I do. They need the spotlight more than I do. They need the money more than I do. And we kind of perpetuate this way of thinking. And I'm really happy that you're taking some control and we really appreciate your words for sure.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. And I also want to congratulate you. Not congratulate, not the right word, but I just want to honor and give you the respect you deserve for continuing to like just not give up and want to still grow and understand life and how you can still participate in a way that fulfills you and the others around you, to continue to want to try to do that with a degenerative disease and a disease that people tell you there's no cure and you just have to watch and wait for it to get worse, is near impossible. And I know there's probably many days that feel like you're not fighting at all, and that's normal and okay, and you need those other days, but I want to honor you and like I said, give you the respect and love that you deserve for still, like you said, doing what you need to do for your mental and physical health and taking care of yourself and understanding that you still matter. You are here, you have a life, you're alive, and no one said it's easy. And we all know that people like us and in our quote unquote family and families and cousins, it's not easy at all, but I commend you and send you a lot of love and healing and support from us over here at Messy.
Yes. And never apologize for taking time for yourself ever.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, I think becoming disabled has allowed me to tell people fucking no, And I think for so long I said yes to everything. And now I have this excuse. I wish I didn't have this excuse, but have power in that. Also, I love that you use the word myriad because it's one of my favorite words. So
it is a great word.
Literally that and nebulous. Those are words I love. Anyway, thank you, Lisa.
There's your word porn of the day for Christina.
Yep. Yes. Nebulous.
Keep sending us your word porn.
Here's another letter from Katie. Ladies, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for this podcast. Can't remember the last time I laughed and cried as much as I have listening to you two. I've been chronically ill progressively all my life, and you have been brilliant at voicing how most of us feel. I hope you someday make a comedic series together of people with MS, Parkinson's, lupus. That'll be a fun drool fest and whatnot, trying to find love in this shallow world of ours. Jamie is right, Christina. It can be made to be hilarious. It can get all ridiculous as hell sometimes. Yes, ma'am. Someone needs to show the normies what a true challenge looks like. Yeah. Much love and many wishes to you both, Katie.
Listen, I'm trying. I've been saying it. What's funny is I had this thing that I had like an endorsement thing that I had signed to do a very long time ago, and the day came up for me to record it while Bo was in the hospital, and I was like not sure if I could do it, but I really loved the product and wanted to do it. And it's when he was in his rehab thing, so it was like the one day I went from the hospital and I did it, and I was so out of it. It was everyone was so sweet, but when I watched it back, the reel, first of all, I feel like I'm like terrible at like selling things. It just feels so weird to me, but I was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever done. I'm such a bad actor. Who's going to this is embarrassing. People are going to bury me. And the second I put it out, all I got was people being like, oh my God, we see how you walk. Like, thank you for letting us see how you move and representing us. And I didn't even think about that. And I forgot that I had never shown anyone how I move, because I live my life in public and I'm like out, but I never put it like on camera. And it just made me feel even more like.
Okay, now I'm crying, Jamie. Now I'm crying.
No.
Because I watched it and I just thought, look at how sexy my friend is.
Oh, you're so sweet. But it meant so much to me that people reacted that way, which is so weird because for over a decade, it was my biggest fear. And I thought people would just write me off. And to see this whole community of people be like, thank you. You're for showing me. Is more the reason I've only brought all this up, because it's more the reason that like, yes, I'm going to still believe one day you, me, us together, whatever it is, there's a story to be told.
Yep.
Just saying.
And there you go. There you have it. I think she said it all. So thank you, Katie, for listening.
Thanks, Katie.
We appreciate you, and we'll keep trying to make you laugh, not too hard so that you don't pee yourself. But
and if not,
if you're like us, you have diapers on. You got your diapers.
That's right.
Got your diapers. Could you imagine a show with just like a bunch of crippies just trying to like living together like in a one house, like a real world of just disabled.
And then it takes them 30 minutes to come back to change their diaper because they have to get fully undressed.
No one can get up and down the stairs. They just scoot. We can laugh at it because it's true for us. Thank you.
That's right. We're the ones that can laugh.
Yep. All right. Do you want to read this next one, my love?
I will. This is from Joe. Hey Joe. What's up? I appreciate the latest episode and completely relate. I had my first attack at 19, and the year prior, I felt the best I have in my life and able to run a 10K for the first time ever. I haven't ever run before that year. After having symptoms and an attack the following year, I was never able to reclaim that level of fitness.
Okay, Joe, I can't take it. I can't. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. You sure you want me to keep going?
Oh, Joe, that's how I feel.
I was never able to reclaim that level of fitness or feel as good as I did less than a year prior. That was 20 years ago, and I was only diagnosed 3 years ago. so I don't really know my adult life without MS. But your comments about loving when people cancel and not having energy for activities was the story of my life from age 19 to 35. I had a lot of guilt turning down invites, and it contributed to a lot of anxiety and depression until my diagnosis. Shortly after I began DMT infusions, my anxiety and brain fog issues subsided, and I realized it was MS and not all in my head all those years. My diagnosis was a relief and vindication of my mental health and struggles with fatigue. It was a blessing and a curse. I have since reconnected with old friends, and my symptoms have mostly been in remission for 2 years. Oh, good. I still have shitty days. I still have shitty days.
What are you taking? Are you smoking pot? Sorry, go ahead.
Give us your secrets, Joe.
What are your secrets, Joe?
But now people understand, and I don't feel bad about it. I really appreciate you talking about that, and I'm going to refer this episode to family and friends that don't completely understand living with MS. Joe P.
Yeah, I can't talk about this one for a second.
Okay.
Why did I cry?
I was just gonna, yeah. Well,
because it took my life away from me. I was playing tennis 3 times a week. I was running. I was on my Peloton. I was doing all these amazing fun
and you
things
were in
for
your
myself,
favorite job of your whole life.
Favorite job of my whole life, and this bitch came and stole all of it from me, and I get very upset about it. Sorry.
Don't apologize. That's what this whole thing is here for.
Anyway, you talk.
No, these are the things. I think anyone that lives with a chronic illness, or any traumatic event in your life, a diagnosis, a death, a divorce, there's kind of like a me before and a me after, and you can feel like and it always feels like it comes at a time in your life where like it felt like it was finally moving in a direction, right? And that's like, it's devastating. I had it for me. I was 20 years old and on this top TV show, and I had like this young whole life ahead of me, and that boom, I got hit with this diagnosis, and it sucks. Maybe because I'm so much further down the line in this time, the redirection that it caused me to have, I like. Not to say that I don't feel really robbed of certain things and feel really upset and mad like you, and it's still very fresh for you, and because it is, and I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be feeling what you're feeling. I'm not trying to take away what you're feeling. It's like it's so real and raw, and I know so many people feel it. I want to believe for you as your friend that there is a lighter purpose for this at some point, that whether we find it together, you find it, I hope I'm here to witness it alongside you, because I just have to believe you're too good of a person and too wonderful of a human being and too talented of a human being and too loving of a human being for something like this to derail your life in a way that you never feel that fulfillment again.
Thank you. I'm just really mad at it the last 24 hours. I got really mad yesterday. You know me, I don't cry very often.
I know.
And I don't shout out to the rooftops how much I'm depressed by this whole thing. Not depressed, oh God, and then we're going to do that again. And people are going to be like, wah, wah, wah,
that is the word for it.
I got really upset yesterday. I went to this doctor's office to try to find a solution to my neuropathy, and there really is no solution. And I think it just hit me that like, that's it. Like, this is how I'm going to feel forever. And I'm fucking pissed off, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. But right now I'm a little raw. Sorry, Joe. I just derailed your whole letter.
Joe's doing great.
Joe's doing good. Joe
he's
hasn't had
writing us from a.
Joe's fine for 2 fucking years, Joe.
Joe's going to share his secrets with us. But I want to tell you, I'm going to stop you there. Nothing is forever. That's the one guarantee in life is change. So I'm not going to believe that this is how you are going to feel forever. I believe in modern medicine. I believe in the power of prayer and love. I've seen it firsthand. I'm in this boat with you, but I'm not going to let it sink. Okay?
Cool. All right, I'm going to push all my feelings back down into the hole that they live in.
Don't push them down. This is what this is for.
Pushing them down.
Why?
Pushing them right on down. Sit them right there in my gut. Where
but that's all
my puking happens.
You've taught me we can't push feelings down. They need to come up because otherwise they get stuck in the body. I'm not saying this to shut you up. I'm saying this because I need to say it as your friend because that's how much I love you. It's not because I'm telling you that I've had so many days like that. I've talked to you through them. And pain, it is very hard to ever see beyond pain. Chronic pain, it's impossible to see beyond. Support for Messy comes from True Nutrition. You know, we're always talking about what supplements we need, what vitamins we need, what protein we need, what things we need for our muscles, but everybody's individual. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different bodies. So unlike most supplement brands that focus on marketing a product that is manufactured elsewhere, True Nutrition manufactures its own products, and they're able to provide protein powders, supplements with absolutely no fillers, additives, or gluten, and most importantly, no BS. And they get you what I love. Okay, listen about this protein powder. You can get the protein powder to match your body and fitness goals. So you can fully customize it with the exact ingredients you want based on your activity, your taste, your diet, and goals. Like Christina and I were just talking about how we need to just build some muscle. So you can get creatine in there to help you do that. So it's designed by you.
I'm very excited about this, seriously, because people haven't seen me for a long time, but I was a big girl, but big girl is now just an atrophied human being, and my legs are actually kind of creepy. So I need like something immediately, like right now, like maybe in a minute, I'm going to go make a smoothie with this stuff because
yes. And we're going to get you the supplements that you need, and we're going to get your body supported. By the way, the taste is great. We're going to base it all on all of the things designed by you. So you can stop worrying if your supplements are doing more harm than good.
For a limited time, our listeners get 15% off of your entire order when you use code MESSY at checkout. That's 15% off your order at truenutrition.com with promo code MESSY. Take the guesswork out of nutrition with True Nutrition. Hey, Messy listeners. This episode is proudly brought to you by Lola V, pronounced, nope, don't need to tell it how it's pronounced because I just said it. An award-winning hair care line founded by the ever fabulous, ever iconic Jennifer Aniston.
Listen, we all put our hair through so much torture. We color it, we heat style it, stress. Now add to that the relentless summer elements like the sun, humidity, chlorine. Well, Jennifer was fed up with the incessant damage, and the choice between using hair products that worked versus those that weren't were genuinely beneficial. Her solution was to create the answer that she wanted. So she created Lola V, and we've told you we love these products. First of all, they smell so good. Your hair, like every time I get a whiff of my hair when I shake my head, it's like, feels amazing. But my hair has taken a beating this summer. It truly has. And my favorite part of my Lola V lineup is the intensive repair treatment.
I know. This one product, it, Jamie.
You got to get it. I'm telling you. I use it once a week. and is an absolute game changer. It's clinically proven to repair and rebuild not just one, but all three types of bonds found in hair for stronger hair from the inside out. My hair feels so good, so smooth, and so strong after I use it. Again, I just use it once a week. In the meantime, I use the hair oil when I get the frizzies from the humidity, and it's not heavy, it's not sticky, and like, I don't know, I rub it on my cuticles when I'm done. I don't know if it's made for that, but after I do that, I just kind of like rub
Why
it
the
in
hell
my
not?
hands.
Why the hell
Right?
not?
Right? And they also are very chic. They're like very simple, beautiful, like white, black, like discreet bottles. I don't know. Jennifer Aniston clearly knows what she's doing.
Yeah, man. I mean, her hair is pretty remarkable. But
Yeah, it's pretty
anyway,
iconic.
also, and you know what I've talked about is it's the shower brush. I can't with it's like
Yeah.
for me who wears a top knot 24 hours a day, when I do have to go wash my hair, which I only wash my hair with Lola V, no bullshit, swear to God. And it's so dreadlocked that a normal brush would probably pull out half my hair. This thing just goes straight on through, like
Mm,
breaking up these huge knots in my hair without an issue.
incredible.
Here's a treat for you, our awesome listeners. For a limited time, you get an exclusive 15% off of your entire order at lolav.com. Just use the code MESSY at checkout. I mean, if you're talking hair care advice, I mean, like, why not listen to the lady who gave us the Rachel?
That's right. That's 15% off your order at LOLAVIE.com with promo code MESSY. Please note that you can only use one promo code per order and discounts can't be combined. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Your hair will thank you. Support for Messy comes from Lumi.
So you may have heard of Lumi whole body deodorant for pits, privates, and beyond. But did you know they just dropped their first whole body deo spray? Sticks, I feel like if we're going to use sticks on privates, it's, I kind of, I'm like a cream, but a spray, come on. I love it.
Oh,
I love everything about this right now. I need it. It's the same outrageous 72-hour odor control that's earned them 300,000 plus 5-star reviews.
wow.
I want to write one right now for them, but in a brand new, easy to apply spray. What else, James?
There's three super cool things about it. Like all of Lumi's best-selling deos, the spray is powered by innovative pH-optimized technology that stops odor before it starts, rather than just, like putting a fragrance on top of the odor. It's water-based, so it has way less alcohol. And the canister is designed for an effortless 360-degree application, meaning you can turn it upside down to spray, which that's huge. When like you're trying to spray something and you want to like turn it to get to those certain areas and then it stops being able to spray?
I am freaking out about this right now. Like I need this right now. Okay, look, we have talked about, I'm very open about gross things. I'm telling you right now, Lumi has saved me from being disgusting.
A stinky
because
person.
we know that mama here don't shower in the glass case of emotion too much because it's dangerous. And it was really offensive there for a while, but I started using Lumi and it's almost kind of doing a disservice because now I can go even longer without a shower. That's how good that's how well it works, people.
Well, get on the Lumi train. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, a cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Just use code MESSY for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code MESSY at LUMEDEODORANT.com.
Yep, do it, guys, do it. Okay, now I'm going to cry again. Your episode, The Power of Bo, made me ugly cry. Thank you. My son is about the same age as Bo, and he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes almost 3 years ago while in DKA.
It was a terrifying experience. And as another mama, I heard the I heard the terror in Jamie's voice as soon as she began speaking. Thank you for your honesty and vulnerability. It's very much appreciated to know that there are people out there willing to share their truths. Great. I can't even see it now because my glasses are all cloudy. It isn't easy being a mama at all, especially when you yourself experience chronic limitations, especially when your whole family is dealing with all kinds of other shit. So thank you again, Barb.
Oh, Barb, thank you. Because I've had regrets isn't the word, but like doubts about how much I shared about that experience for Bo's sake. Full candidness, my dad was like really upset at me that not upset at me, but like he was just frustrated thinking that I shouldn't have done that and shouldn't have recorded that. And it sort of got me thinking, was that too personal, meaning like it involved other people and not just my experience. But when I hear something like that, this letter from you, just thank you, because I just needed it as a mom. And I think that Christina and Allison knew that that was the moment that I needed and why I needed to talk about it. So
you also saved some lives that day, Jamie. You know, I mean, you have to think of that in those terms of that. It's like people criticize me about having Sadie on, but you know what? She saved people's lives. People were like, "Oh my God, didn't know my kid was having this issue. Now we know that it is POTS or it is misophonia or it is like, yeah, okay, it's not exploitative if you're genuine, you're coming from your heart. You were coming from your heart. And I think you needed to get it out, but also we need to know about this, what he was going through.
Right.
Mommies are
needed answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel better. And thank you for that letter, Barb. And yes, I mean, it's like Christina said, we can lift the car. It's just wild to, experience like your daily limitations, but then when one of your kids is sick, your limitations are not even something that you think about. You know, you just plow through it all. So thank you from one mama to many others. Next letter. This is from Heather. Thank you both for this truly amazing and life-changing podcast. It has made me feel seen and also helped me to face and come to terms with a lot of things that I've been trying to ignore and keep hidden. I was diagnosed with MS in 2005, the day I found out I was pregnant with my third child. I had started having numbness and tingling in my arms and hands. We had just gotten back from a vacation and I just blamed it on a bad pillow, but it didn't get better. So I asked my OBGYN to order an MRI. I am also an OBGYN, so it's actually one of my partners. Well, it was lit up with MS lesions.
Or as I like to call them, brain herpes. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, those herpes.
Those brain herpes.
I was, it's a great name for them.
It is. That's what I call them now. Brain herpes.
I was devastated. At the time, I told everyone I knew. I told all of my friends, all of my coworkers, everyone. But I had minimal symptoms after that initial bout. And then it became that was the only thing anyone ever wanted to talk to me about. Oh, how are you? As you all have discussed. Did they really want to know? And I truly felt fine. I would have occasional symptoms, enough so that I was always aware that I wasn't perfectly healthy, but nothing major. Then we decided to move to a different state in 2008. When we got there, I didn't tell anyone about the MS. I really didn't want to be known as the new woman with MS, poor thing. I even went to a neurologist in a different city because I didn't want anyone in my town to know. I really tried so hard to ignore my MS and didn't want to learn anything about it, didn't reach out to anyone, and ignored all the support that was extended from doctors. Denial, denial, denial. Now, almost 16 years, I have told a select few friends, and they have been gracious and understanding. But my symptoms have really gotten worse over the past few years, to where I definitely walk weird and really should be using a cane all the time. But as you guys have talked about, I have so much shame around it. I really don't want to have to deal with the sympathetic looks. Anyway, I could go on, but every single thing you all say and discuss resonates with me, and I just appreciate you both in this podcast so much. I think I cried straight through the first 2 episodes I listened to because you talked about all the feelings that I have but have never been able to express on every level: kids, husbands, friends, strangers, crowds, work, career, travel, airports, parking in the handicap spots, all the things. I am working on building up my courage to use the cane, accept help, and be the disabled person, but it sucks. I wish I didn't have to. Thank you for giving a voice to all the voices, emotions, and feelings in my head. It has helped me so much. Much love, Heather.
Hey, Heather, use the cane. Make your cane fun.
That's what Christina told me.
I have a cane. I call it, well, I have sticks and canes. So my stick is more like a hiking stick, and I have stickers all over it that say things like "ew, people," which I love. Wear a mask. Was because, the COVIDs, and just really offensive things all over that. And then I have beautiful canes by my friend's company called Neo Walk Sticks, which is in the UK, which they have ones that light up. They've got ones that are like so cool. And it's like the most beautiful accessory. And guess what? If someone's in your way and they're walking in front of you, you can hit them with it. And that's fine. They can't punch you back.
You can herd your children with it. I've herded my kids with it.
Yes, you can do so many things. You can open up doors.
Heather, thank you so much for sharing the way that you did with us too, because believe it or not, even though that we can have these conversations, it still helps to hear it back from somebody else too, that you feel all the things that we feel and deal with what we deal with. And I know the cane thing. I know it. And I wish I hear it from you and I'm like, I know.
Because then you're like, oh, I fell or whatever. I was like, you didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. And just also the stress that it causes you to walk normal or walk well when you're not feeling like you can. It's just, I promise you, I use it 90% of the time now.
Okay, baby.
Promise. And I've released my shame around it. I sort of almost walk proudly with it. I have done nothing wrong in this life to walk with a limp or need my cane. And that's kind of like the mantra I had to tell myself is like, this doesn't mean that anything is wrong with me. I just need this help. And I literally had to tell myself that constantly until I just became habit to bring it out with me. Maybe that'll help you.
I like it because I do like getting special treatment. I'm just going to say it. Sorry. People hold elevators for me. People make sure I get to sit down before anybody else sits down. So you know what? In a way, it's like, it kind of gives you some perks.
I love your positive spin on this.
Don't you love my positive spin? As I was fucking crying about MS like 5 minutes ago saying, poor me, poor me. I just feel like
you are positive
because I have to use it. I mean, it's like not using the wheelchair in the airport. Like,
no,
seriously, you
never
have
again.
To. No, never again. Especially international. Hi.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hi. We have a special lane at customs that everybody gets to go through, and they ain't no line. And I'm not abusing it. I actually have to have the wheelchair in the airport because the lights make me where I can't even stand. There's absolutely no way I could walk. So, anywho, Heather, just use your cane. You're okay.
Hot tip,
babies.
Tip.
We have another one. Okay, here we go. My name is Rhiannon. I hope that's how you say it. And then I'm thinking of the song, Rhiannon. Okay. It's my friend Stevie Nicks. Just thought I'd let you know. Friends with her. Anyway, my name is Rhiannon, and I was diagnosed with MS in 2013. I've been listening to your podcast since day one. I love it. It's so relatable. Your honesty makes me feel a little bit normal. Finally, someone who gets it. You have been even brought to light some of the weird things that affect me, but I didn't realize why. Like the lighting in some stores. I was just talking about this and shopping malls.
That's so weird.
Yes. Fluorescent lighting. Really weird. Anyway, you made me realize it's okay to use my mobility aids. We just talked about this. And if it makes my life easier, even when I'm ashamed and embarrassed.
Oh my God.
Okay. We should have read this in tandem with the other one. This disease sucks, but having you to relate to makes it so much easier. I look forward to your podcast each week. Thank you. Stay strong. We've got this. Love, Rhiannon.
Yeah, Rhiannon. Preach, sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Talk.
Thank you, Rhiannon. You could have spearheaded this episode. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's not like Christina and I are saying anything new that you don't know. It really is. I'm noticing so much of just like this community, and again, the way that we can make you feel not alone, you make us feel it right back. So thank you so much for reaching out to us with these letters and stuff. They really mean a lot.
They really do. And we love them. And if we could like respond to every single one of you, we would, but I would have to go to the bathroom in the middle, and then some child would have to be picked up from a school.
That's right.
Which started today for mine. So that's why we're all a little confused.
Hallelujah. A little quiet.
It's quiet, but I have so many alarms for the morning because of, is it a short day? Is it early day? Is it, is she going to go to the bus, or are we going to have to drive her? So I have all these alarms that I set. So it was like from 6:45 on, it was just alarms that were going off until finally she was gone out of the house.
She was.
I was so confused. I was like, oh, what is it? What day is it?
Congratulations for getting her out of the house.
Yeah.
Not an easy thing to do.
I had nothing to do with it. I literally woke up. She's like standing over me with her body spray on. That woke me up because it was a lot of it. And she's like, I'm out. I went, okay, love you.
What kind of scent does she like?
I think she was, honestly, she's going to kill me. I think she's wearing Billie Eilish's scent today.
Oh, great.
Billie Eilish body.
Is it musky?
Spray. It's a little musky.
I would imagine.
It's a little manly, yeah. It's not fruity. It's not fruity. She has some fruity ones, but this was a musky day, and it was a lot. She had just sprayed it, so it was like it really went up into the
That's probably why you have boogies right now.
Probably. It wasn't all the crying I did about 20 minutes ago. I think it's just it's for my daughters.
Did you ever do the Bath and Body Works spray shit, teenager? Yeah. What was your scent?
As a teenager, it depends. Like when I was like 13, 14, it was patchouli. It was goat's BO, basically.
Oh, nice.
Goat BO.
Wow.
Goat BO. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry for anyone who wears patchouli, but now I find it really hard to smell because I don't know
It's a strong smell.
It has its own zip code, that fucking smell.
Our producer Allison said she did the cucumber melon. Ew, it is gross. You're right. I did the purple one. What was the purple one? Not juniper.
Oh, I see. I don't think I did Bath and Body.
I would get the body butter and the spray.
Oh, okay. I had weird things like rose perfume and oils. I loved a lot of oils. Like I would get it like
time.
I went to hippie places to get oil. Oh, I was such a weirdo. I used to wear bells on my ankles and like 5 or 6 skirts and then like a thing around that, and then go get my oils and, smoke beaties or biddies. What were they called? Beaties? Like, yeah, sorry. Don't do that. Don't smoke, because smoking is bad for you. And I was saying I was a kid and smoking beaties. Whatever.
We all did things.
Whatever. We did things. Yeah. And we're paying for them now, I'm sure.
Yeah. Should we do one more letter?
I think we have 2.
2 more.
Yeah.
Twilight Woods. I don't think it was Twilight Woods. Maybe the raspberry one. I'll have to look at the census.
You guys are having like this whole sub conversation right now that I don't understand.
You're in it. It's in our group text.
I know, but it's like funny because I don't know what any of these
you don't
smells
know what
are.
Any of these are.
Oh, you know what though? I did love the Bath and Body Works hand soaps when Sadie was a little one. They would have it at the pediatrician in every bathroom, and I was so excited to like get a new flavor, and now it's just Mrs. Meyer's basil and olive oil soaps. Do you guys use those?
Yes. Love Mrs. Meyer's.
But the basil and olive oil to me is like heaven on earth.
It's a good one.
I know it sounds weird, guys.
Not weird.
Maybe we're going to get a whole box sent to us. I'd like that because we just ran out of the refill for all the pumps.
For the pumpies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to read a letter from Kelly.
Great.
I wanted to start by saying thank you for this podcast and talking about real life and real feelings and emotions and making us not feel alone. I have been listening many times in my car, and I out loud say yes, yes. Every episode has resonated with me. I also deal with several chronic illnesses, and some days I don't want to get out of bed. Today is one of those days. I don't have MS, but I do just recently learned that I have scoliosis, which explains the back pain. I also deal with a lot of trauma that I was neglected as a child. A lot of example learning at 48 you have scoliosis because you don't develop that as an adult. I also have a chronic type of bronchitis, anxiety, and I'm starting to wonder if I have POTS.
Oh,
But I
Jesus.
will talk with my
Kelly!
doctor about that. I'm so grateful for my doctor, and at 48, I have finally found doctors I trust. I'm grateful for that, but it's hard living with chronic illnesses. Pretty sure I also have chronic fatigue because I'm always tired. Your podcast means more than words will ever describe. I don't have a lot of family that I can rely on. They're all very self-involved and don't see me for me, so it's hard. Emotional just writing this. I know I deserve love. I know I deserve to be valued and heard. Thank you for being a voice. Feels like you're my girlfriends. Kelly.
Kelly.
We love you.
We love you, girl. Oh, you've got a shit ton to unload there. And we're all for it with you. And that's your story. It's like, I have these scars on my boobs, okay, because I had cancer and they had to remove my breasts and I don't have nipples. And I'll talk about this because there's a reason. Huge scars across my chest. And I remember being really self-conscious about it. And now I don't care. I'll show anyone. I'll be like, here's my boobies. Anyway, it's because someone said to me, that's your story. Your scars are your story. And it's beautiful. Your scars are showing your story. So you've got quite a story, Kelly. And it's okay. A lot of us have them too. And we all hold the torch together. And no, people don't understand us. And you know what? Fuck them. Who fucking cares? Sorry, that's all I have to say about that for a second until my brain starts.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Kelly, Christina's right. And your story is not over yet. And I'm proud of you for knowing what you deserve. I'm a believer that when you put out what you deserve, it will find its way to you. So don't stop believing that that is what you deserve. We will believe that along with you. And don't settle for less. Don't settle for anything that doesn't feel like the love and support and the witness that you need, what you're going through, because it's fucking hard.
You said, I know I deserve love. And I have a weird thing about that because what is love? And then of course my brain is like, what is love? Anyway, that's how I think. And you said, don't stop believing. And I was singing that in my head just now. My brain herpes are on fire today. But what is love? Do we feel like love from another person is going to take away the pain that we feel already in ourselves? Is it a condition or is it a space? Is it a spirituality? What is it? Are we wanting someone to come love us to take away our own pain? And I think about that all the time. Are we putting so much emphasis on, if I had this, then I will feel better? And I just don't feel like that's the case in life. And you deserve love because you can right now just say, I love me. I love me. And I know it sounds really cheesy. Let's put a thing on and let's burn some incense, but no, just go, I love me. Me. I love me. Regardless of my scars. That's my story. And it's a beautiful fucking story.
I love it. I love it. And like you said, there's many conduits of love. Is that a good use of a word?
Yes, so good. I love
Great.
it. I love it.
There's just many ways. There's many forms of love. There's many mediums of love. There's many pathways to love that I think when you're just more clear about just the feeling, let life bring it to you in however it is. But like Christina said, it starts with you. And you are able to love yourself, and you should. And we love you too.
And I know that's hard to say that. And I feel like I'm being
No.
You're irresponsible in a way of going like, love yourself. Like, put your mask on before you put anybody else's mask on. And, all that shit that we hear.
But it's true.
Just put your right hand over your heart right now. Put your left hand over that hand and breathe for a second. Just go, I love you. I love you. Feel the vibration when you say, I love you. There. You deserve that.
I feel like I want to end the episode there because that was so beautiful.
Okay.
Can you do that for yourself too?
I just did, and now I'm crying.
Good.
I love myself. I'm fucking awesome. I know that. I don't like
Great.
MS.
Totally get it.
Who does?
Me neither. I mean, no one.
Race to erase it all you fucking want, but you know what? No one likes it.
But even with it, even living with it.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. I just am having I'm having a hateful day for that bitch.
Fuck
she's
that bitch.
She's a ripe old fucking twat.
My
You know that.
better.
Yeah, she's a bitch. She smells too.
She's
no, that's
worst.
just me. I showered this week. You'd be proud of me.
Wow.
Do
All right,
you? Yes.
I'm going to read a card.
Okay.
Just picked it.
Okay.
Very simple. Let nothing dim the light that shines from within. Is Maya Angelou. And so it is, baby.
So it is, baby. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windish.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.